I address you once again on the ongoing controversies, and protestations around the EFCC and Yahaya Bello saga that has gripped the attention of the nation for the past few days. The whole essence of justice is not personalized concept about an individual. It is a generalized principle of a free and democratic society. If we claim to be a democracy as a nation, we must abide by all the salient and integral principles of democratic norms by not tainting it with elements of totalitarian without recourse. For the upteenth time, permit me to say that we do not support corruption in any way. We fight it. We do not say that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, should not investigate, arrest, and prosecute those who have been proven to have corruptly enriched themselves or committed all sorts of economic crimes. We only insist that it must be done. That is, if the EFCC had to perform its responsibilities, it must be done according to the rule of law, among which is obedience of lawful court orders, no matter how much you may loathe it. If you don't like the court order, don't go to court. And once you went to court, whatever comes out of it is binding on you. A bad order or ruling or injunction or even judgment can be vacated, appealed, and obtained on the merit of the case by a superior court. But until that is done, the subsisting order or ruling must be respected and obeyed. That is what we expect senior lawyers to say. In this case, in this EFCC, Yahaya Bello incident, the EFCC has not only disobeyed a lawful order, but has broken it and therefore stand in contempt and must be treated as such. There's no two ways about it. We are not lawyers. Some of us are actually lawyers, but we are not claiming to be lawyers here. But we understand the rudimentary processes of adjudication, which unequivocally says that a yet unvacated order stands effective until vacated. If an order is made by a court, even if the judge is a drunken judge, whatever order he made must be obeyed or vacated, and until it is vacated, is still a valid order. We also know that both the state and the federal high court are of coordinate jurisdiction. They have equal rights. They have equal powers. They have coordinate, jurisdiction. But we've heard lawyers moved by emotions and not the letter and spirit of the law argue that because Yahaya Bello got a restraining order on the EFCC from Kogi State High Court, that order is untenable. That is balderdash. That is balderdash. Even the EFCC is not saying so. Some senior lawyers who should educate the society are the ones miseducating them. That is unfortunate. Sometimes you wonder why some lawyers approbate and reprobate at the same time. When it suits their purposes, they will say that, rule of law must hold sway. At another time, they will say, it should be selectively, be applied. It's unreasonable. What we see here is a case of selective hatred targeted at an individual without cause. The statement of EFCC chairman yesterday Personally, it infuriates me because he's my friend. I didn't expect him to go on the media to say all of those things that he was saying. Whereby he admitted that he put a call through to the former governor. It's a clear testimony that the Efcc never formally invited the man. He's admitting by saying that they called him. Why should you call him? What is the, do you have the record of your calling or your discussion on phone? That is not fair. The EFCC chairman failed woefully to provide any documentary evidence of an official invitation sent to Yahaya Bello. Yet, you declare him wanted and have subjected him to unprecedented and reckless media trial despite a subsisting court order not to harass him. It is the same exact protection of the court that is sought that EFCC had wantonly broken multiple times. How do you now expect him to entrust himself in the custody of an agency that has so much thrown away professionalism, but playing to the gallery on a daily basis without legal substance other than the threats and application of brute state force, irrespective of what the court says? The EFCC chairman, coincidentally my friend, I kept on saying that. I like him. I still like him. The EFCC chairman gleefully faced the camera yesterday, and he actually emphasized that he was speaking to the camera. And yesterday, by the way, was Tuesday, the 23rd day of April, 2024. To discuss and expose critical information, whether true or false, we don't know yet, that should be presented in court in an ongoing case that the commission itself took to court, and it is already sub judice. Well, for lawyers, they have to confirm that. But we believe that when a case in the presence of a court, I didn't expect my friend, as a lawyer, being guided by lawyers, to engage in such discussion that he had yesterday. I believe he's an achiever, but he should be a silent achiever. He should just do his work and allow his work to speak for him, rather than projecting himself as if we are not seeing what he has been doing. We commended him when it was commendable. But this time around, we disapprove his strategy. The commissioner's knack for disregarding due processes of law is becoming alarming, and we have to stop it. The aura of impunity displayed by the EFCC chairman is absolutely reprehensible. And he is supposed to be, well, he's still a lawyer. I'm sorry for using that, he's supposed to be. He is a well-qualified lawyer and being guided by lawyers too. We have mutual friends who are senior lawyers, and I know he's being misled in a way. They should not take us, being the public, for granted. He's a lawyer who knows better than those of us who are not. For your information, I'm just a teacher. I'm a teacher. Before I retired as a teacher. I teach teachers anyway. The continuing threat of violence in apprehending the former governor of Kogi State is uncalled for. There's no reason for you to threaten him. The judgment, the ruling that he got, the injunction that he got, didn't say you cannot arraign him in court. Don't arrest him before you arraign him. If you take him to court, let him come to the court on his own volition. And if he didn't come, obtain bench warrant to get him arrested. Then that will be justifiable, and we will have supported it. All you need to do is to vacate your restraining order and if the restraining order and invite the man to court. If he doesn't show up at that point, you can get him arrested. We remain resolute in demanding due processes and observance of the rule of law in these and other corruption cases being treated by the Commission. A different set of rules cannot apply against the individual, which are not in our statute books. The Efcc must de-escalate the situation and allow due processes of law and the courts to determine the outcome of this matter. This is where we stand, and we remain there until the justice is seen to have been done. Thank you for listening.
The convener said that at the first instance, we are not averse to fight against corruption. What we are just asking for is due process. Unfortunately, like we used to have in the past, the EFCC chairman is also playing to the gallery now. Because we will see that yesterday, like he said, he ought not to have addressed the media. Because from what we saw yesterday, or what we're seeing now, he has exposed the nitty-gritty of the matter, which will also energize the defense team to prepare a very solid case. Two, Mr. Olukoyede is not EFCC, for God's sake. It's not a personal fear dog or personal estate. It is a creation of the law. So, and there are processes. There are officers assigned to cases.
That we are not against war against corruption. We are pro-anti-graft agencies. We are not anti-graft agencies. We must state this clearly. I am surprised that the current chairman of EFCC is acting as if he was not in the system, in EFCC system before now. He had always been there. In fact, he was one of the brain bosses in EFCC. And this script is playing now. He never played it then, or he was asked not to play it. So we are saying there is a law that established EFCC as an agency, established through an enshrinement in the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria, which must be respected. The current chairman of EFCC should not go contrary to the rule of law and to the separation of powers. I heard him severally saying that he's going to deploy the military. To arrest an individual is an aberration, and we're not going to allow that. I also heard him recently saying that he will personally investigate this case. Oh, so he's telling us that other cases that were investigated by his lieutenants were not properly investigated. Is it what he's telling us? So he has the knowledge. He's the alpha and omega in EFCC that can investigate and not investigate. We're saying no. We are towing the line of media trial, and no media trial in this country wins any case. EFCC should desist from media trial. Thank you.
If the government don't know that our eyes have shined too bad, thank you. Thank you.
One shot.